How is Elon so productive?
Been working with him quite closely for the last couple of years, starting with the X acquisition. And then we've also invested in XAI and in SpaceX. And so we now work on three companies together to different degrees, and now the government stuff. He has an operating method that he's developed that I would say is very unusual by modern standards. Actually, I'm not aware of another current CEO who operates the way that he does. And I think probably the single biggest kind of question in all of business right now is why don't more CEOs operate the way that he does? And if you go back in history, you find characters more like him. And so especially like the industrialists of the late 1800s, early 1900s, people like Henry Ford or Andrew Carnegie or Thomas Watson, who built IBM. If you go back and read the biographies of people like that, those guys ran very similar to the way that Elon runs things. Top line thing is just this incredible devotion from the leader of the company to fully, deeply understand what the company does and to be, completely knowledgeable about every aspect of it and to be in the trenches and talking directly to the people who do the work, being the lead problem solver in the organization. And basically what Elon does is he shows up every week at each of his companies. He identifies the biggest problem that the company's having that week and he fixes it. Right. And then he does that every week for 52 weeks in a row. And then each of his companies has solved the 52 biggest problems that year. Most other large companies are still having the planning meeting, for the pre-planning meeting, for the board meeting, for the presentation, for the this, for the, with the compliance review and the legal review. And it's this level of both incredible intellectual capability coupled with incredible force of personality, moral authority is just really amazing to watch.